DC Toyota Sports Talk. Sweet Lou Holder back on the program. Longtime DC sports journalist, covers the Commanders on a daily basis. Lou, appreciate your time. A few days removed from that Madrid game. Close game, ugly game. What did you make of it?
I mean, this season clearly has officially gone for a rescue mission to a recovery mission. I mean, there was just so many things that you could say that, hey, look, you improved defensively. They improved defensively, but still you had some miscues. I mean, Mikey Sanders should have had that interception. There's all those things that you could have said. I mean, why was he back there returning, kicks? Maybe it's because there was somebody hurt, but I mean, there's just things. There's always these things that come up. All those games that they won last year, the Hail Mary, people forget that they were behind at the time and they were trying to win that game. So the games that went their way last year is not going their way this year. But still, you just saw some glimmers of what this team could be. But at the end of the day, your record is what your record is. And that's what I make of it. It's just the things were just not going their way this year, the entire year, injuries included, the entire year. Just bad breaks and bad football.
And Dan Quinn was calling the plays in this one, obviously taking over for Joe Witt Jr. What did you make of the kind of play calling of DQ?
I wasn't I wasn't too upset with it. I mean, they looked energized. There were times there where I was like, wow, I mean, 13 points in a regulation football game. That's not bad compared to the 38 and the 44 that they were giving up the weeks prior. So to give up 30, even though it's the Miami Dolphins and they didn't look too competent either, they just looked better defensively.
So it's the bye week now, Sweet Lou. What do you want to see from this team coming out of the bye? They got Denver at home on Sunday Night Football.
I mean, you got to play the schedule. I just feel that you got to be professional. You got to be professional, and I can't help to think that Scott, that whole Detroit game, Deron Payne not being in there because he bit the bait from Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, these were just the thing. That was one of your veterans there. Not saying that would have made the difference, but you were already hurting, and it was just a lot of stuff that I hope that they can clean up at the end. And you still have a lot of football left to play. Half of November and all of December. I just want to see them finish strong and be professional.
And then
That's
with
what I'm looking for. I don't want to see no tank jobs
yeah.
and everybody's like, yeah, let's tank for number one. I don't believe in that. You should play football. You should play football.
So that means you expect, if healthy, you want Jayden Daniels back out there.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Okay, so then, but that's counterintuitive to saying, tanking. You don't want to tank. But if you don't play Jayden Daniels and he's healthy, I don't know, Lou.
What I'm saying to you is you got to also think about your future as well. Marcus Mariota is a good backup quarterback. That's one of the people that they said that they needed to go back and get. You can play quality football with Marcus Mariota, right? I'm saying that you got to protect your 180-pound quarterback who has been hurt 3 times already this year, and you do not have the pieces around him to keep him healthy for the rest of the year. I said you shouldn't tank, but I also say you should be smart as an organization as well. What is going to be the end purpose of, because Jayden Daniels only knows how to play one way, Scott Abraham. That's just the way he plays. And the reason why he was doing most of the things he was doing is because he was coming from behind and things of that nature. I don't know if you could risk it long term. He's been hurt 3 times already this year, Scott. That's where the juxtaposition comes, that you can still have people like Bobby Wagner and Zach Ertz and Rodriguez and all those parts still playing and not have your quarterback that is there for the future and beyond. This is a guy that you need to protect as well.
Is the goodwill gone that they built up from this fan base? Magical year last year, NFC. They've been the last 20 years.
No, no. I mean, fan is short for fanatic. I remember 3 years ago how bad it was, the toxicity of the franchise, the FBI raiding your building, and all kind of stuff like that. You have just had a bad season. And it's hard to get back to the NFC Championship game. When we were at training camp and everybody had such high praise and everything like that, I was like, you know how hard it is to get back? You know how hard it is. Everybody was just crowning them. You want to crown them? Crown them. They just were trying to put him in the champion. You want to crown them? Crown them. Put them in the championship game, knowing that they had to go through this gauntlet. I don't know how you could look at what has happened, the meteoric rise and just established nature of the franchise. And I don't know how you can just go back and say that the goodwill is all gone. I just think that it was hard. You had a ton of injuries.
Ton.
Not to make that an excuse, because your drop off shouldn't be that much that you're playing in that football the last 2 weeks where you gave up 80 some odd points in the last two games. But you also got to realize that you do have some seasons where it's hard to get back. Not everybody's going to be the New England Patriots in that division and go back to multiple and conference championship games and division championship games. To me, I think that you need to look at the long haul here and say, hey, look, Adam Peters still hasn't put together all the pieces that he's won, and I'm glad that we're not dealing with this stuff. You remember, Scott Abraham, the stuff that we were dealing outside of football that was just very, very bad for the franchise. A lot of injuries, a lot of bad breaks, same breaks that they were getting last year, they're just not getting this year.
All right, great stuff as always. Lou Holder, appreciate your time. Enjoy the bye week, my friend.
You as well. See you soon, Scotty.
All right, much more to come right here on Toyota Sports Talk. Stay with us.